and Old Cheney in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Fight fans, Dynasty Combat Sports returns to the Pinnacle Bank Arena on Friday, November 21st for a massive night of cage fighting action. UFC veteran Derek Minner headlines as he faces Missouri's Jacob Ritchie. In the co-main event, Lincoln's Nate Morrow battles Ashton Caniglia, with Sean Lindgren and Jeremy Small throwing down in the featured pro bout. Local prospects Easton Edmund, Boudin, and Andrew Huffman lead the amateur side. 16 total fights are set for another electric night in the cage. Tickets available now at Ticketmaster.com or the arena box office. Fight card subject to change.
Empire Netting and Fence delivers top-quality netting and fence solutions. From major sports venues to backyard installs and everything in between, coast to coast. We take on tough jobs with grit, integrity, and a strong commitment to safety. Empire is growing, and we're hiring motivated people ready to grow with us. We build each other up, and we're building something big. Think you've got what it takes? Apply now at empire-fence.com. That's empire-fence.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Coppell Chevrolet GMC, the #1 fastest growing GMC dealer in the Omaha and Lincoln area. We are going to keep this train rolling in a big way with new half-ton and 4x4 pickup trucks starting at $12,500 off list price or 0% financing. You heard that right, $12,500 off list price or 0% financing. You pick which one works better for you. Please stop on in the dealership and meet the team or check us out at coppellcars.com. Stock number C280930. All deals with approved credit.
Rick Heyman here from Sartor Heyman Jewelers. I want to personally thank our great customers for voting us once again the best of Lincoln. At the same time, we're celebrating our 120th year in business in the great state of Nebraska. You can count on Sartor Heyman for the very best quality, value, and customer service. When it comes to your jewelry needs, visit us at South Point, Grand Island, and the Outlet in downtown Lincoln. Visit us today at sartorheyman.com, and thank you for your continued trust after all these years.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, two-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
Welcome to Outside the Box on 93.7 The Ticket. Lace up your skates and join Lincoln Stars head coach Rocky Russo and play-by-play voice Alex Ferd as they introduce you to special player guests and give you the latest news and results from across the USHL. Here are your hosts, Rocky Russo and Alex Ferd.
Welcoming you back into another weekly episode of Outside the Box on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Alexander Fern, happy to be with you here today. Rocky Russo here as well. We've got a great show on tap for you today. We're actually going to be giving away 4 tickets to an upcoming Lincoln Stars game for this season. So stay tuned for the trivia question that will be coming up on that. First of all, Rocky, how are you doing on this Tuesday evening?
Hi, Alex. I'm great. It's a little chilly here in Lincoln. We're starting to get some winter weather, but things are good. The Stars are in a good place. We've got a big weekend coming up, and we're excited. Yep,
we got 2, of course, this weekend. One in Des Moines on Friday, first time against the Buccaneers, and then we play Tri-City on Saturday, the beginning of a 5 games in 9 days stretch upcoming here for the Stars, with these 2 on Friday and Saturday, and then playing Wednesday, Friday, Saturday next week as well, before, well, of course, the Wednesday before Thanksgiving against the Storm as well. But so it's a big weekend coming up. How do you, I hesitate to say, how do you prep for a weekend like that or like a stretch like this? But these are, at least the way that I was accustomed to it when I was doing games in college, or whether that was I was doing high school games as well. You weren't playing those 5 games in 9 days stretches. For some people, this might be the kind of one of the few times or one of the first times that they're having a stretch of this level of play for this long. How do you kind of put that kind of conversation into those guys' heads in practice about, the energy that they're about to expend in these next 2 or so weeks?
Well, a lot of our players that played AAA hockey, they're very accustomed to playing 5 games in a weekend. So to do 5 games in 9 days is not it's not crazy. And the reality of it is it's 2 weekends plus a midweek game, and so we've got Sunday, Monday, Tuesday to recover from this weekend, play Wednesday, and then you play your regulars. So it's 3 games in 4 days is really the challenge of that, with all the tryptophan from the turkey on Thursday being the difference maker there. But everybody's going to eat turkey on Thursday, so they'll all be tired on Friday. But we've done this Wednesday game the past couple years. We get a great crowd. It's awesome, and so our fans are coming out for a big Wednesday night, and our players are excited to play at home. It's really no different when it comes to the things we talk about all the time, which is your rest and your recovery, and doing the things that you need to do to make sure your body's ready to go the next day. And that's, you got to get in the ice bath, and you got to stretch, and you got to roll on the foam roller, and you got to get your treatment from Corey, and you've got to make sure you're getting enough fluids and enough rest, and turn your darn phone off at a decent hour and get some sleep. And all those things are the same now. They might be highlighted a little bit more, but it's good preparation for, we have some stretches in the second half of the year which get kind of hairy, some 3-game weekends. And, I would venture to say that a 3-game weekend's more of a challenge than 5 games in 9 days. So, the guys will be prepared for it. And then you get into the playoffs, and, historically in the past, if you don't get the bye, you play Friday, Saturday, you're off Sunday, you play Monday, Tuesday, potentially Wednesday, you're off Thursday, you play Friday, Saturday, you're off Sunday, Monday, you play Tuesday, Wednesday. So it's kind of just something that you have to deal with. And sometimes I look at Fargo. We swept Fargo last weekend, and they played on Thursday in the morning in Sioux City, which means I assume they were on the bus at some point on Wednesday. And so they're gone Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and they played 3 games in 4 days. So it's a tough situation for anybody, but every team in this league gets it at some point or another. And it's the best way that we can jam 62 games into our calendar and still have some time off for Christmas, and not play too many weekend games and Sunday games where the attendance isn't quite as high.
The weekend, the first week of December, where we're at the NTDP, that Friday, Saturday, the 5th and 6th, and then Sioux Falls on the 9th. That's a lot of travel right there as well, that you kind of mentioning, kind of trying to stay conditioned on those. That's probably the first trip that I see, that at least as a broadcaster. Of course, I'm not in the best shape as the other guys that are on this team, but you're like, oh, we got that coming up here in a little bit.
Well, I actually tried to get that Sioux City game moved when we were doing the schedule, just because, you're talking about, we're leaving on Wednesday to get to Michigan on Thursday so that we can play Friday and Saturday. Then you're on the bus right after the game on Saturday, and you don't get home until, mid-morning on Sunday. And then you've got 1 day, and then you play again on the road. And I don't know, is that a morning game? I'm not sure what that Tuesday game is against Sioux Falls, but it's that is a more challenging trip, I would venture to say, than what we have coming up in the next week. I think we do the same thing. We go to Green Bay, and we play Green Bay.
That's in February,
twice, and then we play again on like Monday or something.
And Friday, Saturday in Green Bay. It's a Friday, Saturday in Green Bay. Then it's Friday, Saturday in Fargo.
Where are we at the weekend before Green Bay?
Weekend before Green Bay is at home against the Youngstown at the Icebox.
Okay, so I knew one of those was a challenge. It must be that trip to the program. We go to Muskegon again this year. That's a long trip. So, those are long, arduous trips for our guys. And yes, they have a bet on the bus when we take the 12-hour trip, but you're sleeping on the bus overnight. And anybody that's ever been on a bus and knows that you're not going to get the same quality sleep on a bus as you are in your own bed. And so they're going to sleep on the bus overnight on Wednesday. They're going to sleep on the bus overnight on Saturday. And then they're going to sleep most of the day on Sunday when we get home. Then we're going to skate and then get on the bus and go again on Tuesday morning. So that is a challenge, but that's junior hockey.
Yeah.
And you have to be able to manage those situations. And, the circumstances for both teams in most cases isn't always the same. And I'm sure we've been on the right side of that on a few cases as well.
It's a 7:00 that Friday, Saturday at the NTDP. Then it's also a 7:00 on that Tuesday against Sioux Falls in Sioux Falls as well.
Everybody in the league has to have a handful of non-Friday, Saturday games. And that's whether it's we played a Thursday game here. We do the occasional, we have the Wednesday. I don't think we have too many Sundays. Sundays are a challenge here a little bit.
We don't have any Sunday home games this year. Actually, we are all on the road for our only Sunday games this year.
Okay. I don't really like the Sunday games here. The fans would rather watch the Chiefs than come watch the Stars on a Sunday. So, And that's generally our only day off of the week. You get half the day off on Sunday, then you dig into your video, and then you go work for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And so when we play on Sunday, I don't get any time with my kids. So I'd much rather have that off time if we can.
I'd rather watch the Broncos beat the Chiefs than anything else right now. So
well, that's fair, but you're probably one of the few Bronco fans here in Lincoln. I think most of the people around here seem to be, at least that I can tell, Kansas City
Chiefs, Packers,
Kansas
and
City
Vikings.
Royals. The Kansas City pro market is as close as it gets here to Lincoln. And so,
Funnily,
although I found it interesting, I wanted to watch the Avalanche game last week, and it was blacked out. Apparently we're in the market for I can just go to the Avalanche game if I want to.
Take the 8-hour trip out west.
I would venture to say we're probably out of their TV viewing area where I'm not buying a ticket and staying home instead. But
it's the issue that I have because I'm a basketball guy. So if I want to watch the Lakers or the Nuggets play each other, I can't do that because I'm in the altitude.
I feel bad for
local market. Hey, Braun's back tonight.
The NBA is not what it was when I was a kid. In the early 90s, and Magic and Bird and Jordan, and I mean that was the heyday of the NBA, and now maybe you'll get to see LeBron, or maybe he'll stub his pinky toe on the way in and not play tonight.
He had a sciatica this year.
Yeah, that's what they
old.
say. I'm not sure if that's the case, but there might be some other instant reasons why he's not playing.
Yeah, well,
might want to ask Maverick Carter. I don't know.
Oh, wow. Just from Rocky from the top rope in that situation. Wow. That's crazy. I want to go back to the Thanksgiving talk. So, of course, that's next Thursday. Are you what's your spread for the Thanksgiving? Are you a turkey guy?
Yeah,
okay.
Smoked turkey.
Smoked turkey.
Smoked turkey.
Or do you do ham with the turkey, or is turkey the main centerpiece?
My wife doesn't like ham, so I don't
really
like the ham
at all.
No, not her thing. I make dinner at home, and I remember as an assistant coach not having anywhere to go, and if I ever felt lonely living alone or what have you when I was a young assistant, it was on holidays. And so I've always, since I've been a head coach, tried to include the staff and invite them over. You live here, obviously, with your family, but you're welcome to stop over and have dinner with us. But, we'll do turkey and mashed potatoes and green bean casserole and some corn. And my wife has a great stuffing recipe that's kind of come down from generations with her family. She'll make that. I make the best pumpkin roll up. That's just lights out. And
a cinnamon roll, or
no, it's like a big tube, and you bake your outer layer, and then you fill it with cream cheese and roll it up, and pumpkin pie filling, etc. And it's absolutely dynamite. So I'll make that. I'm sure we'll have a pumpkin pie and some other goodies, and then some wine and some hot peppers, because that's what the Italians do. But I like to have people over. I like to entertain. I like to cook, and my uncle and aunt were just here a week ago, and we had a big spread on Sunday, and we made sauce and meatballs and lamb stuffed peppers and all kinds of different stuff. So we had a good time there, and I think everybody there went through a couple bottles of homemade wine that my uncle had there. So it was a great time. And I think the holidays are meant to be spent with the people that you care about, and people that you surround yourself with all the time. And obviously Art and Ross and Corey and Corey's parents and his daughter and you and whoever that's around here. Everybody's always welcome to join us at our house.
What we haven't been able to talk about it since the last time it happened, but your uncle was here for that Fargo series where we I don't want to say took it to the Fargo Forest, but it was a good week. It was a good weekend for the Stars.
We won 2 games.
Yes, we swept the Force. Just a couple of really good games too. 3-0 win on Friday, and then 6 third period goals on that Saturday game as well. That, at least in my short broadcasting career doing junior hockey, that's one of the more crazy. That Saturday game was probably one of the more crazy games that I've ever got to experience. I don't know what it was from the bench perspective on that sense, but
it was obviously down 2 going into the third and kind of blowing up like that. My first year here, we were playing Des Moines, and we were down by 2 with a minute left, and we pulled the goalie and we scored, and then we pulled the goalie again, and we scored again, and then we scored on the first shift of overtime.
That's great.
And so that was a pretty special one. That's one that I'll always remember from my time here in Lincoln. And honestly, that Fargo one probably will end up on that list long term, because we talked about it in my post game interview, but making the guys understand that there's certain games that you just got to get points out of, and you got to find a way to push this thing to overtime. And if you come out of this game with a 3 out of 4 points on the weekend, it's a good weekend against at the time, the first place team in the conference. And certainly there's no secret about us digging out of the hole that we started the year in, but our guys took that and kind of ran with it. And, when the game's tied, 2.5 minutes into the third period,
Rude's goal in the corner,
like 17:30. And so now all of a sudden it's 3-3 and it's a whole different ball game, and they're on their heels and we're feeling really confident, and you got a whole period left to take it to them and win the game. And our guys just smelled the blood in the water, and they took off and they played with tons of energy. They were making plays. They were burying their chances. It was fun. And honestly, that's where, when I get frustrated with our team and our process, it's because they have set the bar at a certain point.
Mm-hmm.
And as a coach, you set the standards and the expectations. And then as your team allows that bar to rise, then that's the new base. And you have to constantly hold them to that. And so when they dip below that level, you have to remind them that you're not playing up to your level. And Saturday was a good example. We just didn't play good hockey. And all the shenanigans aside from the game, we did not play good hockey. Watching the game, our breakouts were poor. Our neutral zone forecheck was poor. We weren't generating enough chances on line rush. We just didn't play the way that we're capable of playing. And so, my frustration in the meeting on Monday morning or my teaching with the guys was not about emotion, this or that or whatever. It was, hey, like, our process wasn't good on Saturday, and we didn't get enough offensive chances because we didn't break pucks out well. We gave up too many offensive chances because we didn't defend in the manner in which we're capable of. And so that's the moral of the story with a game like that, where you lost. And I know the narrative was this and that and everything else, but none of that narrative really affects the actual process of how we're playing that game.
Yeah.
And so I'm a big believer in the process. I don't believe that you can just be results oriented. And if you are, and you get away with winning games where you're not playing well, you're not growing as a team. And I understand what the process looks like when you're a good hockey team, when you're a contending hockey team, when you're going to win games leaning on that. And when you steal one, not playing well, it's great. I'm happy we got the points, but it's not. That's also a time when I can be hard on them.
Yep.
Hey guys, you didn't play well. I'm glad we won, but our process stunk tonight, and we need to do a better job. And I'll give you a perfect example. The 2-1 overtime game in Omaha.
Yep.
We played terrible that night. And then even last weekend on Friday against Omaha, we weren't very good in the first period. We got much better in the second. We were excellent in the third.
Yep.
And then you see the process in the third is great, and we score 4 goals.
Yep.
And so there's always a cause and effect. And you don't just get to those results without putting in the work and having the details that are necessary to be successful. And so we preach that all the time. And I think our players recognize that. And it starts with your practice habits and what you're doing to recover, and how you're taking care of your body and all these other things that lead into your success on a Friday and Saturday night.
And one thing also, and this is just I've been kind of conditioned to feel like this, and this might be a past job thing. I've always been conditioned to look at the positive side of things when it comes to this. That game on Saturday against Sioux Falls, you were tied 2-2 late in the second period after Aiden Jans scored that goal in front of the net as well, with I think 23 or so minutes left to play in that game. And like you mentioned, shenanigans aside in that third period, it was just odd, the penalty kill at points as well. But still, you find yourself, especially, after the 0-6 start, people, whether that's the narrative online or anything, are like, man, this team is just, it's not clicking. You go out there, you make acquisitions like a guy like Josef Eichler joining the team. You immediately start, rattling off wins, 9 wins in the last 12 games for the Stars as well. And then, you find yourself at 9-9 after this. You mentioned not even playing your best hockey. That's against the first place team in the Western Conference right now. you may have lost, but it was, you guys mentioned you guys played, like you said, not good on Saturday, and you guys were still, that was a close game. Of course, if you take aside all the shenanigans in that contest.
Yeah, and unfortunately, right, it's 2-2, and then all of a sudden it's 4-2 on a couple questionable calls, and that's when it's already a highly emotional game. You've had a couple major penalties, you've had some other things going on outside of the realm of the actual game itself, and so that's where the things kind of went the wrong direction. But I also think that's okay. I think that there's times when the team needs to learn a bigger lesson, and that helps grow your culture and helps to build your family atmosphere in your locker room. And if you lose a game but the guys' confidence grows and they become a tighter group for it, I think that serves you well long term.
And you think that's what happened after Saturday?
I do. And certainly I'm not happy that we didn't get the results we want, and I'm not happy that we didn't have the process that we need, but I am happy that our guys were there for each other, and they realize that we need to have each other's backs. We have a tight-knit group.
Yeah.
They're really good young men, and they care about each other, and they care about the Lincoln Stars, and they care about the community. And so those opportunities to take that to the next level and learn about the necessity of the cohesiveness of the locker room really go a long way.
Yeah, it's been really fun kind of watching this group after, that 0-6 start really kind of gel together, and then, just seeing them, whether that is sticking up for each other in that sense, and then whether seeing how excited guys get when somebody scores a goal as well. Excuse me, voice crack. Voice is still recovering after the weekend as well. I also want to keep, track on talking about coming into this weekend, the game against Des Moines on Friday, first time we're seeing the Buccaneers, and Tri-City, a team that we're going to see a lot of here in the next couple of weeks as well. What is kind of that mindset that you're going into this weekend? You always talk about separating the season into segments. You mentioned the first 10 games, and you started the second 10 games. We're in the midst of the final 2 of that second 10 games right now, a chance to climb perhaps to 2 games above 500 before we go into that three game series next weekend on Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. What's kind of the mindset of the team coming into these games against Tri-City and the Buccaneers?
We're on the road. We've had 2 really good days of practice so far this week. We've got 2 more days to prepare, and Des Moines sitting right in front of us in the standings, Tri-City sitting right behind us in the standings. And I know it's only November, but you're constantly trying to accumulate points, and the more that we can accumulate early on in the year, the better. We know that we've got a challenge. Des Moines got a good club. They've gotten a lot of points from getting to overtime this year, and they've got a new coach and kind of a new culture there, and so I think that they have a good club, and we know that Tri-City has a good club, and so we'll worry about Tri-City on Friday night after the game on Saturday night after the game on Friday. But right now, our focus for the next 2 days is our preparation and what we can do to be better. And obviously, we have a couple guys suspended, so that's going to be some opportunities for some other guys to get some bigger chances. Pelly and Ikes both play on the power play. They're both out, and Brady Cadern is out. And so, that just means other guys are going to step up, and we'll make an announcement later on this week. We're going to add another player that we think is a really high-end young player that'll be a nice addition to our group. So, we're trending in the right direction. Our staff and Nick, our general managers, behind the scenes doing a lot to try to help us continue to improve. And the guys we have right now are bought into our culture and our identity and our expectations. And so I'm happy with where we are. Obviously, you can't go back and rehash the 6 games, but what you can do is learn from them and continue to grow as a group. And we are doing that.
Yeah. And I had a front row seat to it. So it's been really fun to watch. A couple more questions for you before we get out of here tonight, Rocky. This is a question, another one from my family side of thing. When is too early to decorate for Christmas?
You got to ask my wife, because
okay.
If it was up to my oldest daughter and me, we would have put the Christmas tree up already. In fact, we were going to skating lessons. They do skating lessons over at Breslow on Sundays, and not this past Sunday, the Sunday before, we listened to Christmas music all the way to the rink. The reality of it is you're kind of crazy if you've got your Christmas stuff up already, but I dig it. I'm here for it. But generally what we do is the Sunday after Thanksgiving, we put the tree up, and my kids love to have decorations, and God bless my wife. She does what she has to do to accommodate that. So depending on whatever the next holiday is, there's always stuff up on the doors and on the shelves. And so we've got Thanksgiving stuff up, and so we can't start decorating the house with Christmas decorations while the Thanksgiving stuff is up. Now, outside's a different story because that's my responsibility.
Yeah.
The lights are all on the house already.
Okay. Have you turned on the switch? Okay.
They're not on. They're not on. The timer's unplugged, but they're up because it was 75 degrees last week, and I did it when it was nice and warm. I haven't put the blow ups up yet. I haven't wrapped.
You guys got the blow ups?
Oh yeah, we've got blow ups in the front yard, and I've got two. I wrap them to look like candy canes on the front porch, and so I'll do some other things that once we get closer. But I clean the leaves up once. I got to do that again. I've got to get the grass one more time. So I'm not putting blow ups up in the middle of November. I'll wait until after Thanksgiving or right before Thanksgiving and get them up so that kind of when the tree goes up, we can turn everything on at the same time. In fact, I think last year on Thanksgiving, I plugged the lights in. So everybody left dinner on Thanksgiving and the lights were on. So it was like the official sign that it was the Christmas season. But Christmas is my favorite holiday. Christmas and Easter, and they both are because of my family. Christmas Eve is actually my favorite day of the year, not Christmas Day, Christmas Eve. And in an Italian family, you have the Feast of the Seven Fishes, and Christmas Eve was always a day that my dad and I would spend together. We'd go out and we would visit all these people, and we would deliver homemade biscotti and homemade wine, and we would get to see people that maybe we didn't see all year, and they would look forward to our visit.
Yeah.
And then we'd go back and we'd start cooking, and he would be, cooking in the kitchen. I'd be in the garage frying up the smelts, and he'd be getting calamari sauce going, and everybody in the family's participating in that. And so trying to replicate some of those traditions are really important for me. And then Easter, we have the day before Easter, again, we call Faroon Day. And we make these special pies that everybody would come over the house. And again, we're eating faroons and sausage and cheese. And, we're very Italian in my family. As you can see, I'm using my hands here to talk. but those memories of mine as a kid were so important to me. Then when you become a parent, you want to try to create those memories for your children and create those traditions that hopefully one day they can carry on to their families.
All this to say that I'm a big post-Thanksgiving decorating for Christmas person anyway.
Yeah, and listen, I love Christmas, and I would do it, but I also think it's crazy. But I know a lot of people do, and I get why. But my wife put the kibosh on the tree going up early, partially, in all honesty, because our little guy will be 6 months next week, and he's right on the verge of starting to crawl.
Oh.
And if we put the tree up, that means now we've got to put the gate up around the tree, and it eats up some space. It changes the dynamic of our living room a little bit. And we didn't want to do that prior to Thanksgiving because we need the extra space to have everybody at the table. And so there's a lot of scenarios there that basically turned into, no, we're not putting the tree up yet.
That's fair enough. I got 2 bulldogs at home that are very infatuated with anything that's going on around the house. Before we go ahead and get out of here with Rocky today, we are giving away 4 tickets to a Lincoln Stars game coming up, and our trivia question for you to apply for that. Again, text in your answer at 402-464-5685. The Lincoln Stars won their first Clark Cup in the 1996-1997 season. Who did they beat to win the championship, and how many games did it take? Again, 402-464-5685. We'll announce the winner on the other side of 93.7 The Ticket.
Load up on meat and more this fall at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. From now through the end of November, Ferndale fresh turkeys are just $3.99 per pound and in limited stock, perfect for your holiday meals. Plus, you can stop by for lunch on Fired Up Thursday at the Mercado East or Fired Up Friday at the Mercado North. With locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha, get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Fight fans, Dynasty Combat Sports returns to the Pinnacle Bank Arena on Friday, November 21st for a massive night of cage fighting action. UFC veteran Derek Minner headlines as he faces Missouri's Jacob Ritchie. In the co-main event, Lincoln's Nate Morrow battles Ashton Caniglia, with Sean Lindgren and Jeremy Small throwing down in the featured pro bout. Local prospects Easton Edmund Boudin and Andrew Huffman lead the amateur side. 16 total fights are set for another electric night in the cage. Tickets available now at Ticketmaster.com or the arena box office. Fight card subject to change.
When it comes to concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction doesn't stall. They go for the takedown. As Nebraska's full-service concrete contractor, they stay in bounds, hold inside position, and never forfeit quality. Whether it's foundations, flatwork, or concrete coatings, they elevate performance and pin down results that win every time. Stevens & Smith Construction is a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket. Because when it's time to wrestle with concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction slams expectations.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstorats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Time for a new heating and cooling system? Get the options, brand, and efficiency that best fits your family and your home. Call Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Hi, Charlie Stone here, and it's that time of the year again. Time for the annual Happy Honda Days at Honda of Lincoln. With me on the line, Andy Goodyear, to tell us all about it.
The exciting news is we have more selection and more savings. We have over 400 new 2025 and 2026 Hondas to choose from, with a great opportunity to get year-end savings on every remaining new 2025.
Do you have some Happy Honda Days specials?
Sure do, Charlie. For example, you can lease a new 2025 Accord Sport Hybrid for just $349 a month, and we have financing from just 0% APR. We've also included over 125 pre-owned of all makes and models, and as always, our certified pre-owns are in this sale as well.
Well, maybe it's time you experience the best. The Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill Road, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills Global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Empire Netting and Fence delivers top quality netting and fence solutions. From major sports venues to backyard installs and everything in between, coast to coast. We take on tough jobs with grit, integrity, and a strong commitment to safety. Empire is growing, and we're hiring motivated people ready to grow with us. We build each other up, and we're building something big. Think you've got what it takes? Apply now at empire-fence.com. That's empire-fence.com.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, two-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
Have you heard about Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center? Located at 7555 Pioneers Boulevard, Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center offers compassionate, patient-focused care and provides outpatient surgery services, making it possible to have non-emergency surgery and return home the same day. Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center specializes in cardiology, vascular radiology, orthopedics, pain management, and much, much more. Give them a call today at 402-261-1085 or online at amimaging.com.
Intermission is over. Get back on the ice with Outside the Box on 93.7 The Ticket. Here is your host, Alex Ferd.
Back here on Outside the Box. Back here and Outside the Box on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. We got a couple of two very special player guests coming into the show tonight. It's bound to be a fun one. We've got two chatterboxes on the show. We got old Charles Menard. Chuck over there is one of our goalies, and then Aiden Jans, one of our returning forwards from the Team Boys. How are we doing on this Tuesday?
Pretty good. How are you?
I'm all right. How about yourself? All right, I already asked that. Chuck, how are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Good. You're over, I guess, quote unquote, stateside. You're from Fairbanks, Alaska now. You were originally from Alaska, but now you're fully, I guess, not technically part of the union, but fully, on this side of being landlocked in the country. How has it been being here?
It's been interesting. Obviously, a different route to Lincoln than most guys had, but it's been fun. I'm probably the only guy who's wearing a t-shirt and shorts in 40-degree weather.
Yeah.
But no, it's been great.
Yeah. Janner, you've been here for a couple of years, so I don't know. I don't need to really ask you how you've been enjoying your time back in Lincoln, but I guess the first thing we can actually talk about, Chuck, your journey here, getting to play. You played in a military academy for a bit. You got to be teammates with Brady Caderna there, if I remember correctly, at Culver, right?
Yeah, that was an interesting time. If
and then,
that kid.
Yeah, and then going to play with the Ice Wolves in the North American League.
Ice Dogs, actually.
Ice Dogs.
Yeah, back home actually. So that was nice.
You get to do that last year, and then of course you signing with the Sioux Falls Stampede for this season. You get the call that you're coming to Lincoln. Take me through how that all went for you.
Well, first 9 games I was actually scratched and wasn't seeing much, and so the coach came up to me and said, "Hey, we have a trade. We just need your approval on it." So ultimately, if you're scratched 9 games in a row, you're gonna want to do everything you can to get in a game. So said, let's let the trade go through. Came here, and within 12 hours of getting here, we were on a bus to Waterloo. And then 1-7 was what I knew about Lincoln Stars. Didn't really look much into play or how they were doing, but every game I looked at was close. It was 1-3, 3-1, or 4-2, 5-6, something like that. And then showed up first weekend sweep, showed up, split the next weekend, and then 9-2 heater since I've been here. So
much needed.
Can't complain about it in that sense. Janner, since you're more around the team, me and you have been here this whole season. You have been here longer than I have with the Stars per se. But that 0-6 start, you make some personnel changes. You get a guy like Josef Eichler joining the team, who was with us in preseason. So I mean, of course, it's a face that and then you get a guy like Chuck joining the team. Right before we head out east to Waterloo. How does that kind of team dynamic work in that sense? When you kind of get those new guys and they immediately, they're kind of thrown into a situation.
Yeah. I think it's just the leaders like creating the bond. And just bringing them in with like wealthy hands and arms. And I think it was just, like a big stepping stool. Like we needed some new guys and we got them. And, I think we got the right ones. And obviously it's shown with that 9-2.
Yeah.
9-2 record from the 1-7 start. But I mean, it's been great.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun watching you guys. Chuck, you're I want to talk about you just a little bit because you might be the most different type of character goaltender I've ever met in my 4 or 5 years of doing hockey broadcasting. True. Are you aware that you're a little bit, not to pun the name of the show, but a little outside the box?
Yeah, very much so. I get that a lot. Just you can see the way I am in the locker room, and I want to be myself. So I don't hold back or anything, and just want to be who I am and make the guys laugh as much as I can.
You get that? Was it against Fargo where you had the blocker save to show the fans? Was it against Fargo or was that against Sioux City?
Fargo. Was oh my god, that was. I'll say this: in the game, I saw a lot of red on that puck. When I watched it back, it was a lot closer than I thought to going in.
I knew we were winning that game. When you did that.
Well, that was the 3-0 win if I remember correctly on that weekend because the next game was 7-4. Odd one, 6 third period goals in that one. But what is so you grab that puck you palm it with your blocker, right? You palm it with your blocker, you grab it off the red line. What in your head is making you get up and take it across the ice to show the group of frat boys that we had sitting in the section to our right?
I didn't know it was the frat boys. I'm glad it was, but last year my goalie partner did the same thing with 4 seconds left versus Chippewa at home.
The steal, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. So he did that. I told him if I had ever had a situation like that, I'd do it for him, and just had the guys laughing on the bench. And
well, it was a little different though. Yours was with like 13 or something minutes left in the third period.
14 minutes to go.
Yeah.
We were on the Pelony kill, so I thought that one was going to come back and bite me next face off.
I'm sitting up there. I see it happen, and I'm just like, God, if this comes back to bite us, I don't know if I don't know if Rocky's going to let you hear the end of it. and you do it, it works out. We get the shutout there as well. At what point did you realize that you're like, oh, there's a 0 on the scoreboard in that contest?
Not until about 0 seconds on the clock. I'm gonna be honest. Even when there was 10 on the clock, I was still fighting it, or not fighting it, but knew that you can't stop or back away. You gotta stay locked in for the whole game. And
Are you aware of like those things when you're playing at all, like the zeros? Not necessarily.
At some point, it gets to your head.
Yeah.
Really, the only thing I'm focused on is the win.
Yeah.
So when there's 30 seconds left and you're up 3-0, you know you're gonna win, and then your head will flip to, oh, this might happen in your second USHL game.
Well, your first USHL game was that game against Sioux City, that game that we won at the Icebox as well ahead of that 3-game weekend. You mentioned to me a little bit that you didn't start settling down until about 3 minutes to go in the third period in that one.
Yeah, so my big thing is you never know what could happen, right? I've had games where 4 goals in 7 minutes and you're tied going into overtime. So really, I can't like unlock myself from a game until I know we've won it. And so, 3 minutes to go when we scored 8 or whatever is when I thought, okay, think we have this one in the bag.
That's funny. What is Janner? What's your kind of like, you're going through these games as well, a little bit different though. You're in the forward group in those kinds of things. There was that moment in that Sioux City game, I think end of the second period or something. I don't know if you're on the ice, if you're on the bench for it. Puck leaks out to the blue line. It's going the other way for a breakaway. I think we're up by like 2 or 1 at the moment. And their guy is just carrying it up ice. And I think there's 3 seconds left by the time he's in the low slot on
I was
Chuck.
actually in the box.
You were in the box?
Yes, I was in the box.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. No, I was pretty happy that the boys battled and they saved that one because I would have heard it from Rocky. So.
You would have heard it. And Chuck, I think there's a picture that BA took, one of our photographers, and your eyes are as big as saucers following that puck just flying into the slot, because that's a breakaway where like we're up by 2, I think, going into the third period. Going up by 2 going into the third and only up by 1 is a little bit different with a breakaway goal coming like the last 2 seconds.
That's a big momentum change.
And
different conversation and the intermission from Rocky. So
that's just funny. Janner, you're in your 3rd season with the Stars, second quote unquote full season here in Lincoln. You spent time in the AAA program as well. This is you're only 18 years old and you've been around the block a little bit in the USHL. Just take me through that, your journey here.
It's a lot different than my first year to now. It's I don't know, just like the mood changes and just the comfortability of me being here. Like being 16 here, it was pretty weird, like just walking around not knowing anyone and not knowing any of my teammates because none of them came from any of the teams that I was on or knew. And now kind of like being in that vet state, like I would say like enjoying the boys more than I did before, just to make those like memories that you need, because it's a lot more than hockey here.
It's funny too, because like the guys affectionately, they point to the guys that have been around the block, as the elder statesman. It's funny how Nick Young has been here for 4 seasons. He could technically come back next season as our captain.
No, I love Younger. He battles hard and he's just a great guy.
It's odd how that all works out. Chuck, I want to talk to you a little bit. You got the opportunity to do something that not a lot of people, in your shoes get to do. You get to play in the Alinka Gretzky Cup in 2024. Take me through that opportunity for you.
That was a little different for me, actually. I wasn't supposed to be on the team initially. After Natty camp, there was a goalie coach there, PD. He worked up at the university, and he was really pushing for me to be on the team, just coming as a 4 seed to camp, so to say. And so they weren't thinking much of it. They didn't really want me there, and showed up to training camp in Minnesota and battled my way to a 2 spot going into Palanca, and no one was expecting that of me. They were expecting me to be a guy to sit up in the stands at most. And unbelievable experience in Canada, and I actually got playing the bronze medal game. So battled my way to a 1 spot at the end, which was really sweet for me.
That was really cool. Yeah. For those of you that don't know, it's the best quote unquote U18 tournament, I believe, in terms of international play. Whereas most of you may know the World Junior Tournament. That's the U20s. The U18s is, I believe the U.S. took home gold this last summer, correct?
They did.
Yeah. Well, we also have, again, we mentioned that we're giving away tickets to an upcoming Stars game as well. We'll be talking about that after the break for tickets. Again, the question about for the chance to win these tickets was what team did the Stars beat to win their first Clark Cup in the 1996-1997 season, and how many games did it take? Again, we'll have the answer for you again after the break on Outside the Box 93.7 The Ticket.
Load up on meat and more this fall at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. From now through the end of November, Ferndale fresh turkeys are just $3.99 per pound and in limited stock, perfect for your holiday meals. Plus, you can stop by for lunch on Fired Up Thursday at the Mercado East or Fired Up Friday at the Mercado North. With locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha, get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town. When it comes to concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction doesn't stall, they go for the takedown. As Nebraska's full-service concrete contractor, they stay in bounds, hold inside position, and never forfeit quality. Whether it's foundations, flatwork, or concrete coatings, they elevate performance and pin down results that win every time. Stevens & Smith Construction is a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket. Because when it's time to wrestle with concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction slams expectations.
No Shave November is raising awareness of men's health and prostate cancer. Limitless Male wants you to know low T is real. Low energy, brain fog, belly fat, low libido. Your T levels matter. They affect how you function. If you have symptoms, get your testosterone checked at Limitless Male. We'll get you back in the game with more strength, energy, and confidence. When you feel good, you'll wonder why you waited so long for a free consult at Limitless Male.
Schweizo Construction is now hiring for skilled craftsmen, steel erectors, concrete workers, and general laborers. Schweizo Construction offers great benefits like premium wages, health and dental insurance, paid holidays and vacation, 401k with company match, life insurance, and disability insurance. They pride themselves on a legacy of 40 years built on integrity and trust. Joining their team means becoming part of a family that values hard work, dedication, and mutual respect. Apply today at schweizo.com. That's SCHWISOW.com.
Are you tired of living in pain? At Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, they make it simple. From head to toe, spine to extremities, they've got you covered. Their multi-specialty team of experts in orthopedic surgery, plastic surgery, podiatry, physical therapy, and occupational therapy all work under one roof to get you back to living life pain-free. Don't wait another day. Visit prairie-ortho.com today or call them at 402-489-4700. Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, where healing begins.
This is your year to win way more than bragging rights. At Warhorse Casino, your love of the game could earn you serious cash. The Pro Football Frenzy is free to play with cash prizes all season long, like up to $1,000 weekly, with your chance at $1 million, all while earning tier points and comp points every time you place a sports bet. Only at Warhorse Casino. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
Brown's Shoe Fit has a Black Friday deal so good it's available for 3 days. Stop by Brown's Shoe Fit from November 28th through November 30th for 20% off everything store-wide. Brown's has all your favorite brands, plus Lincoln's largest selection of Uggs, which make the perfect Christmas gift. And speaking of stocking stuffers, buy 3 Smart Wool socks, get 1 free during the extended Black Friday sale from November 28th through November 30th at Brown's Shoe Fit, 66th and Q in Lincoln.
Rick Heyman here from Sartor Heyman Jewelers. I want to personally thank our great customers for voting us once again the best of Lincoln. At the same time, we're celebrating our 120th year in business in the great state of Nebraska. You can count on Sauter Heyman for the very best quality, value, and customer service. When it comes to your jewelry needs, visit us at South Point, Grand Island, and the Outlet in downtown Lincoln. Visit us today at SauterHeyman.com, and thank you for your continued trust after all these years.
Big value and big flavor meet at Wings and Rings thanks to the all-new delicious Duo Combo. This is the one you've been waiting for. Get one half-sized appetizer and 2 entrees with a side for only $19.99. Bring a friend for the best deal in town on any day of the week, during game time, or whenever the heck you want. Their made-to-order wings and chicken sandwiches are waiting for you at their 68th and O and 40th and Old Cheney locations. Stop by Wings and Rings and celebrate every day with the best meal deal in town.
Time for a new heating and cooling system? Get the options, brand, and efficiency that best fits your family and your home. Call Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
It's the holiday season. Time for work parties, friend get-togethers, and family gatherings, which means lots of eating. Maybe you think you've perfected your holiday meals, and maybe you have no idea where to even start. Let's fix that right now. No holiday party is complete without Führer's cheese spread. It goes well with any type of cracker, pretzels, apples, chili, vegetable, chips, and of course, it's perfect to pair with wine or beer. Holiday meals aren't complete until Führer's cheese spread is on the table. Find your own container at your nearest local grocery store today.
Intermission is over. Get back on the ice with Outside the Box on 93.7 The Ticket. Here is your host, Alex Ferd.
Back here on Outside the Box on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Alexander Fern, Charles Menard, Aidan Jans here with you on this fine, chilly Tuesday night in the Star City. A reminder that next Wednesday, it's our annual blackout game. It's our college night. We've got 2 for $6 PBR Tall Boys and Busch Lights. And we've also got $6 vodka Red Bulls at the Icebox on that Wednesday night. It should be a fun one against the Tri-City Storm. Come up and come out. And then also a reminder that after that game, we'll have our 4th period brought to you by Raising Cane's. Come over to the Raising Cane's on Cornhusker Highway after the conclusion of that contest. We'll have a couple of players there taking pictures, signing autographs, kissing babies, all that kind of thing as well. It should be a fun time at on Cornhusker Highway after that game on that Wednesday against the Tri-City Storm. Austin, do we have a winner of our Stars ticket sweepstakes?
We do indeed. First person in with the correct answer was Dalton. The answer, of course, was the first Clark Cup. The Stars won 96-97. They swept Green Bay. So, yep. Dalton, congratulations. You are the winner.
Yep, we'll have your tickets available 1040 O Street. Swing by whenever you get the chance. Just make sure within the next 30 days, because that's what Nick Sainert says to me every morning on my drive to the Icebox. Fellas, we've got a little bit time left on this show. We usually end it with me asking for you guys' recommendations on who to grab. There are 2 specific guys that I haven't grabbed yet. It's Nate Pedersen and Casey Vandertob, who I have not gotten yet. And
Clowns.
It's those 2, and then I haven't had Kaderna on yet. So,
oh boy, he'll be a fun one.
So we got to get those 3 on before we can start doing repeats. We'll start. We'll have a little bit of time left, so I'll talk more about this a little bit. Chuck, how have you enjoyed your time, around the city of Lincoln? I don't know. I've never been to Alaska before, so I don't know what the big difference would be between, there and here. But how have you enjoyed your time here?
I mean, I've loved it. I'll say this: I've never had no snow in November, so
yeah.
that's a little different, a lot warmer here, which I actually enjoy. It's the sunlight too, right? Back home, you get 4 or 5 hours of sunlight a day sometimes, so having sun out is really nice and healthy, I think. But driving's the big difference, right? You can take 20 minutes to get 5 miles. Back home, you can get 5 miles in just 5 seconds. I don't know. It's just driving feels a lot quicker back home.
Have you driven downtown, like the downtown here before?
Yeah, I don't like it.
Not a big fan?
No, I'm back home. I live on a mountain. So I know. So it's yeah, I live on top of a little.
What are you, the Grinch?
Yeah. What? No. There's neighborhoods there and stuff.
Okay.
It's called Chena Ridge, and it's just like 5-minute drive down a mountain, but it's 7 miles, so
okay,
you can fly up and down it. Also, black ice is it's a thing.
Well, I know what black ice is.
You know what black ice is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a Michigan kid. I'd hope he knows.
I know what it is. Trust me.
Yeah, that's. Do you have any, Janner? Have you had any favorite memories of your time in Lincoln since you've been here for your 3 seasons? It can be Stars memories. It can be just being out in the community memories. It can be Husker memories. Whatever you
think,
indulges you?
Honestly, it was like the memories after we won the Anderson, like after that game. It was the best.
I talked to Jan and Tanner a couple of weeks ago because I was doing an alumni spotlight with them, and they both. And, Jan, he doesn't have great English, but like I'm talking to him and I'm like, what's your favorite memory? He's like, oh, the bus after we beat Madison.
Yeah, no, it was just such a blast.
So you guys go up there, you have a chance. I think you guys clinched it, a share of it with the going to overtime with the points.
We
but
did.
then was it Schlane that scored the?
It was Dash.
Oh, it was Dashel Oliver
Little
with the overtime winner.
Yes, they could.
Yeah, that's funny how that was.
that
How far
was
of a bus drive back is that? Like what, 12, 13 hours?
Man, I got no idea, but
Is the
it
cup
was
on the bus on the way home?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it wasn't.
Oh.
It wasn't. We got it presented to us
After the game at home. Yep.
Yeah, I forgot who we played, but it was awesome.
I bet. And yeah, it's just kind of funny how that all works out. I was talking a little bit, Chuck, with some guys from my past about playing their junior hockey, whether that is in Alaska or somewhere else, about how there's trips where you're in Alaska for like 3 or 4 weeks, and then you come to the mainland for however many weeks. How does that schedule work for you guys?
We are a lot more fortunate because we have billets in Minnesota too.
Okay.
So all of September we're in Minnesota. October, November we get to be in Fairbanks, and then December, January we're back in Minnesota, Illinois, Michigan, around that area. But it's different. You're stuck in hotels for 2 weeks at a time, maybe. So it's hard to just get out and do things. But no, it's the null life. It's gritty. So it's a lot nicer here when you're spending 20 nights in a hotel instead of 60, 70.
Yeah, well, you found a home though. That's the good part here in Lincoln. You're having a fun time here, fellas. Well, we got some games to get to this weekend, don't we? We're in Des Moines Friday, and then we play against the Tri-City Storm in that barn that's, I'm sure, bound to be packed in Kearney, Nebraska on Saturday.
brutal.
Can't wait to feel like I'm calling a game in a library.
All 900.
Oh, golly, I counted 342 the last time we were there. Nonetheless, boys, thank you for joining me today, and we'll talk to you guys next time. All right. All right. That's good. That's going to do it for Outside the Box on 93.7 The Ticket. Again, our next game at home on Wednesday, the 26th. It's our college night, 2 versus 6 PBR, Tall Boys and Busch Lights, a $6 vodka Red Bulls as well. Also, fourth period presented by Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. Games this weekend will be on the Stars Hockey Network on Mixlr and Flow Hockey. We hope to see you there for these two and for Rocky Russo. My name is Alexander Fern, saying so long as you have been listening to a production of Outside the Box, 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. We will see you in 2 weeks.
When it comes to concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction doesn't stall. They go